So I grew up in a Christian household, and I grew up in church, and I knew I was a sinner from a young age, and I believed and knew that Jesus died for my sins. So I decided to accept him into my heart at only 9 years old. I never got baptized though, because I was very shy and really nervous too at only 9. So I would constantly push it off and make excuses on why I didn't want to, or I would just ignore the baptism part. As I got older, my sophomore year of high school was a really dark place in my life. I struggled a lot with my mental health and just feeling genuinely alone. Wondering why I felt like this, I remember asking God to take my life because I genuinely didn't want to be here anymore. Knowing I was saved and how much better heaven was than hell, I was so ready, but God told me no. All these years that I thought I was waiting on God was actually God waiting on me. I was saved, I'd pray and read my Bible and attend church, but I just still felt so empty. And I was wondering why I felt like that. Looking back now, I realized that it was because my heart wasn't in it. I would dwell on my past mistakes, letting them define who I was in Christ, and wouldn't give it to God. Even though I knew he forgave me, I had a very hard time forgiving myself. I was telling God no because I wanted things done my way and in my time. I was praying that God would break my heart for what breaks his, and then I would wonder why I would walk around with constant heartbreak, pain, and open wounds. On February 25th of this year, after trying to distract myself from something that absolutely broke me, the conviction I had that night was all it took for me to realize I needed to change. Driving home from the bar at 2 a.m., I remember thinking to myself, I'm either for God or against him, and I can't live both lives anymore. And that's when I fully decided to rededicate my life to Christ and surrender everything to him. The encounter I had with God that night is something I pray everyone gets to experience because it truly is life-changing. I'm getting baptized today to take the first step of obedience in following Jesus and to testify how patient and committed God is to pursuing a relationship with you and getting a hold of your heart.